All right, shalom, shalom. I do want to start off this lesson by saying all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodach, for giving the opportunity to do the lesson today. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostle of Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. My name is Arya Kayal. All right, and we'll come with another lesson about the beast shall hate the whore. All right, and the beast is basically talking about the NATO alliance hating America, the whore, the Babylon the Great, the whole that had basically seduced the whole world with strange philosophy, that had basically made the whole world drunk of the wine, and basically bamboozled the whole world, thinking that the way of living life is the way of life of we're living right now. It's okay to live a sodomite life. That's America philosophy. It's okay to do anything that you want. Be out of order. Be a hoe. Be a sodomite. Be a prostitute. All right. Kill one another. Dislike one another. All right. That's okay to feel like. That's America philosophy, and that's spread out to the whole world. All right. And you could tell people took America philosophy because you see McDonald's, you see them wearing suits like people in America do. You see them do the same thing that American women do in America and the other lands. Now, obviously, it's not that worse because in America it's bad. All the women in America are basically just hoes. But in other lands, they just they're not like that. They're just in a mindset of you know just having fun. But they're all eventually following the suit of America. All right. But now we're coming to a time where these nations are basically mad at America because of the war and because of the fact that America is destroying everything. And they're all forsaking America. They're all going against her. All right. We're seeing that slowly happening day by day. U.S. allies are direct sharp call for help in the Strait of Hormuz. All right. And that shows a foreshadowing of what's going to come. Because what does prophecy say? Let's go to prophecy so you guys could know. Revelation 17. Let's go straight to the point. Verse 16. It says this: and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, all right, these shall hate the whore. So the NATO nations they're gonna hate America. They're gonna hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked. Meaning what? They're going to utterly destroy America with thermonuclear missiles because she's basically destroying she's destroying the nations. She's destroying the whole world with her pride, with her strange philosophies, with her policies. That they're gonna just go against America, and we're gonna see that very soon. You're gonna see NATO nations falling out the NATO alliance, falling out the EU alliance, and sworn their oath to Russia. You're going to see that. They're all going to betray America very soon. And that is a foreshadowing of what's going to come. This alliance of them not helping America, it is a foreshadow. It is I'm trying to look for another word, but it's like a predestined. It's like a foreshadow. You know what? I can't find another word. A foreshadow is a beautiful word. So it's a foreshadow of what's going to come. It's basically a foreshadow of what these nations are gonna do. They're gonna shoot their nukes at America. All right. Don't think it's a coincidence that France is just building more nukes now. All right. That's not a coincidence. Yahweh Shema Shah had put a spirit upon France to create more nukes so they could shoot at America. Because what? Future prophecy says what? The beast shall hate the whore, and shall what? And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. What's going to cause America to be on fire? A thermonuclear missile attack. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to see people going against America. These NATO alliance, they're going to be going against America. And the fact that America asked for help and they all said no, all right, but the majority of them said no shows a lot, shows the mentality of what these NATO alliance are thinking. You know, I want to grab another scripture. I want to go to the book of Obadiah. Obadiah, chapter 1. And I'm going to put KJV. KJV. And I want to read verse 5. It says this. It says this. All right. Hold on. Let me see. That's not what I was looking for. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, verse 6. Verse 6. So Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Because Esau basically is being, being exposed. Verse, he's like a diligent searcher. He's getting exposed to everything that he does. Verse 7. All the men of all of thy confederacy, his allies, his friends, his so-called friends, the NATO alliance, the EU alliance, have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Meaning that what? They're basically going against Esau Edom. All the Confederacy have went against him. Is going against Esau Edom, and that's what's happening right now. America, all their alliance is going against him. They're going against him, and that's future prophecy. Everybody around the world is gonna be against America. They're gonna be against America. All right. The only nation that's gonna be allied with America in this war is Israel. Everybody else, they're going to betray America. They're not going to help America. It's gonna be a conflict where it's gonna backfire. All right, because now it's gonna be a time of what war? They're gonna be deceived. All right, let's go up to verse 3. It says, what the pride of thou have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of rocks, whose habitation high, that saith in the heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And the pride of America did deceive itself because they really believe that they're gonna win this war. Trump just said that what this war's gonna last a couple of days. It obviously it hasn't ended. And why is that? Because he was too prideful to believe that he was too pumped up in the head, believing that he's gonna win this war. But in reality, that didn't happen. And why is it? Because Yahweh Shema Shai is getting ready for America to be utterly destroyed. And they don't see that. They don't see that because they're so prideful. Their pride have what? Deceived them, like the scripture said. Let's go to verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and that's talking about America. America represents itself as what? A bald eagle. That's living America animal mascot. All right. And though thy set a nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And he's gonna bring them down, even though they set satellites in the sky, even though they represent themselves as the most pridefulest birds in the sky. They're gonna still be brought down to the grave, and that's what's happening. And slowly but surely, you seeing America being stripped of its power. The American dollar is the value is gonna be destroyed. Is gonna get worse and worse day by day. You're gonna see American allies going against America. The only reason why America is strong is because of its allies, because of the of America power and influence all over the world. They're going against America. America's going to war and they're not helping. Like that is insane. That's just you know that's just the mentality. That's the reality. And very soon it's gonna get to the point where what these NATO alliances is gonna be against America. They're gonna be all against her around about. All you that been to both shoot at her, spare no errors, for she has sinned against Lord Yahweh Shai. Let's grab that. Jeremiah 51, verse. It was 50 or 51. You know what? Let's just go and see. Jeremiah 51. Hold on, did I put 51? No, it just went to one. Jeremiah 51. Go. All right. Am I tripping? Did it just went to Jonah? How did it happen? How did that happen? All right. This website is not cooperating with me, so bear with me real quick. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is Jeremiah? Right here. All right. I think it went to it. All right, so Jeremiah 51. Let's go straight to the point. All right, that's talking about Russia. I want to get the one that says all you that been to boat shoot at her. So most likely is this chapter before it. So Jeremiah 50, let's go to verse 14. Yup. All right. It says this: Put yourself in array against Babylon, round about, round about, round about. That means these other nations, and that's including America allies. All you that bend a bow that has a nuclear capabilities that has a capable to shoot nukes. Does not France making more nukes? Is not France the one back in years ago said that they need to depend on themselves? France was the only that was that one nation that kept on talking about how they should be, they should be not relying on America no more. All right, why do you think they have that type of spirit upon them to think like that? Because Yahweh Shema Shah is basically getting them prepared to attack America. They're getting prepared for that mentality. They made America think that they're friends, but they're really enemies against America. They're planning to bomb this country. Are all you that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. And also, what's going to happen is that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to cause Russia, America enemies, all right, China, North Korea, and America allies to shoot their nukes at America because America's going to be that number one nation that everybody's going to have an enemy with. Even Israel. Israel's going to be another one, a number one nation too. They're not, they're not. It's not going to be and Israel's not going to be escaping either. It says least of the flock shall draw them out, and they're going to cause the desolate with them. They're both going to be desolate. Both going to be destroyed with thermonuclear missiles. Only difference is that Israel's going to be rebuilt back up, but America, you know, GG's in the shot for that country, for this country. All right, verse 15 says, "What shout against her round about? She have given her hands, her foundation are fallen, her walls are thrown down. For is vengeance the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, take vengeance upon her, if she have done, do unto her." All right. What did America have done to the other nation? Destroyed it. So what they're gonna do right back? They're gonna destroy America. Is you reap what you sow. I really want to grab the other scripture real quick. How is the hammer the whole earth is cut into sunder, broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? America was a hammer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it keeps on going on. This whole chapter is beautiful, but it shows you. Let's go this one right here. Oh, let's go to 29. I'm gonna go straight to the point. I'm not gonna, read the whole thing. Everything's basically self-explanatory at this point. But Jeremiah 50 verse 29 says, "What call together the archers against Babylon? The archers, who these? There's a lot of native nation that has nukes. They are considered archers too. And what the hell is that? They are considered archers too against Babylon. All you that been the bow kept against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work. Or what was America work all these years? It's just starting wars and destroying other nations. According to all that she have done, do unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall let's go to verse 30. It says, "What therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, said the Lord Yahweh Shemashah." In World War III. They're gonna be sending men in the Middle East and they're gonna be cut off. They're gonna be damn near destroyed. They're basically America is gonna lose. All right. Behold, I'm against thee, O most proud, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts of armies, O Yahweh Shemashah armies, for thy day is come, thy time that I will visit thee. And Esau Edom, that's also Esau Edom. He's the proud. All right, but Esau Edom does rule America. And guess what? America prophecy is going to come to pass where it's going to be destroyed. And one of the prophecy of how America's going to be destroyed is its enemies, its allies is gonna be against it round about. The beast shall hate the whore. Thy enemies, thou's confederacy have deceived thee and has laid a trap against thee. Or you have nations around about you gonna shoot their nukes at America. That is the future prophecy. And this thing that's happening right now, how they decline America help, shows the foreshadow of what's going to happen. It's showing you the foreshadow. All right. It's kind of obvious. If you have a group of friends and you call for help and you ask them to, hey, can you guys do this? And they all says no to you, and you did everything for them. They said no to you. They're not your friends. They're not your friends. They just using you. And that's basically what's happening. There, as soon as America went to war and they said no. That's a foreshadow of what's gonna happen. We all know those type of friends. We all experienced that in the world of how you ask for help and the friends didn't help you and they left you to die. That's basically what's gonna happen. They're gonna leave America to die. Or if I'm not mistaken, that's another scholarship. It says that America's destroyed. We shall help her. Well, we can't help her because she's destroyed. Her sins have reached up to heaven, so this left her dead. That's basically what's gonna happen. Matter of fact, yeah. Let's grab that real quick. Let's go to Jeremiah 51. I want to go real quick. Oh yeah, right here, Jeremiah 51 verse 8. Let's read verse 8. It says what? Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, if so, be she may be healed. So they're saying, America destroyed. Try to basically cry, I guess, so she be healed. It's just a figurative speech. But verse 9 says, what? We would have healed Babylon, America, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, unto her own country, for her judgment reaching unto heaven and is lifted up even unto the sky. So they're not friends. That's basically what's going to happen. They're going to destroy America, leave America to be destroyed, and continue moving on their day. That's it. That's it. That's really it. They're just gonna leave America to die. That, that's that's basically the future prophecy. These NATO alliance are gonna leave America to die. They're gonna be against America and in World War Three. America, it's gonna be a 20v. It's gonna be a 1v20. That's what's gonna be. It's gonna be a 1v20. It's going to be a 1v20, and they're gonna lose. America's gonna lose. It's gonna be horrible. It is gonna be a horrible defeat. Embarrassing one. Now, America's not going to go down without a fight. America's going to, do damage. They're going to do damage, but you're not going to be winning against your allies and Russia and China at the same. You're not going to be winning. You're not going to be defending, fighting for Ukraine, fighting in the Middle East against Iran, and fighting to make sure Taiwan is safe because all your chip factories is there. You're not gonna win that. You're not gonna win that. You're gonna be screwed over. And then it's gonna be and it shows. It shows. It shows. All right, but that's all I want to get into today. Louis edified by the prophecy I was talking about. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kakadach for giving the opportunity to do a lesson today. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostle great millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. Shalom.